Assalamualaikum. I thought I'd make a video today from the gym. I'm on a break now. I'm busy with the processing part of Chat ILM, the reasoning modules, and then I've got to do the output module, and then I'm done. So I'm only supposed to start on the 1st of April, and I still have the whole month of March to go, and I think the way at this rate that I'm going, I'm going to be done before I start. But in any case, I'm moving to Malaysia, giving up on Qatar. They sit on their hands. How can you work 2 hours a day during Ramadan? We work the whole day. We work harder than when it's not Ramadan. They work 2 hours a day if you're lucky. So I'm busy investigating Malaysia. I'm changing everything now to Malaysian ringgit and Chinese yuan and ZAR, of course. And I'm busy right now working on an application to the QSTP equivalent in Malaysia. You know, like the Silicon Valley of Malaysia. It's called Cyberjaya. You can have a look at it. Google it. It's 25 years old. They've been around for a long time, and they're kind of mellowing out now, you know, so I'm going to wake them up. Launch there. Though that region is called ASEAN, ASEAN. You know, where Qatar and that is the GCC, and there's SADC countries, and then there's MENA, the Middle East and North Africa. So I'm going to spread over all those countries, but I don't have to actually go there, you know, except maybe for Turkey, because I want to set up a creative catering branch, you know, like a South African restaurant in Turkey, but run by a Turkey, you know, Turkish restaurateur, whatever it's called, and then we can just go check up how things are doing, you know, like visit there and have a breakfast or a lunch or a supper and see what's happening. But in any case, let me make another physics video. I was watching a video by Lee Smolin. Lee Smolin is a typical STEM person, you know, science, technology, engineering and mathematics. And he doesn't have an easy way with words, you know, which is typical of a science person. Language is not scientist's forte. On top of it, Lee Smolin doesn't have a history of education, so, you know, he's not able to explain himself properly. He falls into the category of alternative physicists. So, you know, like I explained in a previous video, the mainstream physics is Copenhagen physics, which is what you're doing. But to get a better overall understanding of physics, you need to enrich yourself with other physics. There are other points of view, and Lee Smolin has a different point of view. But, you know, watching his video, all I can tell is that he's an alternative physicist. But exactly what he's on about, you know, I think he's about string theory, which I don't, and I'm not into string theory. I know about it because it's an alternative physics. Like I've said, I study all the physics that there are, all the alternative ones. But of course, I stick to the Islamic science version of physics, our one, because that one, to me, it's truth. I'm trying to, they won't say it's a truth, they'll say it's a thesis proposal. So I am trying to prove it, you know, like prove our axioms are true. To us it's axioms, to them it's metaphysical stuff, you know, like you have to prove it. Otherwise it falls in, you know, they don't say religion, they say metaphysics. So it has to be proved. I'm battling trying to prove that because it's expensive equipment required. I've sent off 3 emails to, I think it was 2 emails to, or 3 emails. I must just check. 1 experiment per professor in South Korea. They've apparently got the money there, they're quite rich, and they build this kind of equipment. It's expensive equipment, and it's to measure on the nanoscale. So you can imagine how expensive this is. They've got a thing called LIDO. I did tell you to Google LIDO, LIDO. And LIDO is a detector that detects on the nanoscale. And they detected a wave on the nanoscale. They call it a gravitational wave. But my contention is that it's a wave in the darknesses. You know, the darknesses wave. The fact that it's 10 to the minus 9 tells me that it's at least on that scale. You know, my contention is that the darknesses operates on the attoscale, 10 to the minus 18. But even then, the stuff must surface on the 10 to the minus scale. You know, so in all probability, that is a wave in the darknesses. You know, it's not, you can't have a wave in nothing. How does that work? That wave propagates through the darknesses. The darknesses is a plenum. It's a medium, and it's what I study. So it's my physics. So look up Lee Smolin and have a look at what he's doing. You know, look up what string theory is all about. It's been around for a very, very long time. They get themselves into a whole convoluted twist when they get to a certain level, which shows that it's bits and pieces of strings, basically. That's what they're saying. And eventually it gets to a cul-de-sac. So it's one of those theories that starts off okay on a gut feeling or a novel idea, but when it pans out into a brick wall, you know, which there's no way around it. So it's like going off on the side, from the mainstream, but then not really going anywhere. And that's why string theory is mainly, you don't hear about it anymore. Lee Smolin is one of the old guys, you know, he's slightly younger than me, but he's one of the old guys. He's been around for a long time. You know, I know him very well. I mean, I don't know him personally, but I know what he's all about. So, I think string theory is not proposed so much anymore. You know, nowadays it's all about Elon Musk. But Elon Musk, you know, Elon Musk studied physics. But what he knows and how much he understands about physics, I really don't know. Because nothing that he talks about, nothing that he does is really based in physics. I mean, he talks about AI like he's an AI expert. He's got Grok AI and XAI and I don't know what. He never studied computer science. He studied physics and economics. And his daddy had a lot of money, not him, but he makes like he was so poor. You know, he had a couple of travelers checks in Canada, and then he made his millions from the cuck story. His father was a multi-millionaire. That's where his money comes from. How do you think he could start PayPal? Yeah. If you talk about no money, you talk about me. I got no money. I'm flying on fumes at the moment. But I'm going to apply for startup funding in Malaysia instead of in Qatar. And I've got my feeders out here for angel investors here in South Africa. And I'm having a launch on the 28th of March at that private school where I taught at. I must actually get them, the physics teacher there also, Miss Fahima, to distribute these videos, or at least just my channel amongst the physics students. I was there yesterday. I pop in there quite often, you know. I'm going to invite all the teachers to my farm one day, inshallah, in 6 months' time, when I've made a lot of money. I'm going to buy the farm cash and go sole loan into that farm, you know, so then I own it 100%. Otherwise, I must go 50-50 with Qataris or somebody. I'm waiting for MBH Holdings to get back to me. I sent emails to 3 different people at MBH Holdings, but I think I'm going to turn them down also. Anyway, study hard. Your March control exam is coming up soon, so make sure you do well there. Aim for good marks there. Remember, it's just a short test depending on which school you are at. Typically 1 hour on 1/4's work. It's not a lot of work, so put a lot of effort into it. Eat well and sleep well. Don't cut out your sleeping. Don't take tablets to stay awake. If you are tired, sleep. And if you need to take a nap during the day, a 1 hour nap, sleep. Don't deprive yourself of sleep. And don't deprive yourself of food either. You must eat well and you must sleep well. You need food for your brains. Bye.